Hey everybody, welcome to the Elder of Rock. I am Stephen Elder, and today I'm going to talk about this album right here. It's the 16th anniversary of this album as I am recording this. This is, of course, The Devil You Know by Heaven and Hell, i.e., Black Sabbath. This would be the Mark III lineup with Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, Ronnie James Dio, and Vinny Appice. Um, so, like I said, this came out April 27th in 2009. So, the origins of this album came about as a result of when Tony Iommi and Ronnie James Dio, got together to write a couple of new songs for this album. Black Sabbath, the Dio years. Tony and I guess then they didn't feel like they had any good stuff in the vaults to put on the compilation to give it some kind of special. Not so they don't just release songs that you already own. They want you to maybe have some other stuff that you don't previously own. A lot of bands do that. They'll put on B-sides or whatever stuff left over in the vaults. I guess they didn't feel like that they had that. Um, so they decided to get together. They wrote some songs for this, and those songs on there were "The Devil Cried," "Shadow of the Wind," and "Ear in the Wall." And I guess initially the plan was to those um, record those songs, go on a tour, and then they were each going to go off back to their own thing. Dio with Dio and Black Sabbath maybe going to do which was later the 13th album with Ozzy. Yeah. Oh, so Iommi said that though they did decide on tour in Japan to do an album, a whole album, Heaven and Hell. Of course, Heaven and Hell, as you probably know, and I didn't mention, is the first album they did with Dio. Even though Vinny Appice wasn't in the band at that time, he did do that tour because Bill Ward left very soon on. The tour. I don't know how many dates he ended up doing on the tour, but he so Vinny Appice came in. So pretty much, I mean, he didn't play on Heaven and Hell. He's been with the bands for that tour and on um, with them. So I guess the artwork for this album, right here, and I'll put it up there, is from a painting by. Let me see if I get this right. Poor. I'm gonna butcher this, so don't worry. Per Oyvind Hagensen, entitled Satan. And the artwork, I guess, features on numbers 25 and 41. I guess there is an alternative to this cover, and I guess that cover features the traditional Black Sabbath demon in it, and it has 25 and 41, which I guess refer to the Bible, verse Matthew 25:41, which deals with Last Judgment, where those who sit at the left side of God are cast down into hell. Also, and then also, I guess Geezer said that, explained that the name of the album is a reference to the name of the band that people know as Black Sabbath. So it's the devil, it's just not Black Sabbath or something like that. And then the cover art, the band narrowed it down to two favorites. Like I said, there's two different covers. They had a difficult time making a decision. And the second of the two favorites prominently features, like I said, the Black Sabbath devil logo. And then the alternate cover, I guess, which is this one, is exclusively, maybe not. Oh, no. The alternate cover is available at Walmart. Well, I guess was. I don't know. I doubt if it still is. But I guess at Walmart, well, people of all Walmart carried the one with the devil on it. I guess maybe this devil was too much for him. I don't know. Who knows? What makes sense? But I guess the devil, it was pretty critically received, pretty good reviews. I myself like it a lot. I would put it. Ooh, when I came out, man, I loved it a lot, and it really, and I loved it. I like it every time I hear it. Um, I'm gonna put it. Mob Rules being my favorite. Boys, just come at me in the comments. Okay, I'm gonna put it after Mob Rules, just because. Yes, Heaven and Hell is iconic and everything. It's just, to me, the production on Heaven and Hell was a little bit light, and so this kind of has like really good songs like Heaven and Hell on it, and the album Heaven and Hell, and the song, I guess you could say. And and then but it's heavier. I love, and I do love the production on this, which was produced by Ronnie James Dio. Yeah, they all did. Dio and Iommi and Geezer Butler. They produced this album. All, and they wrote all the tracks as well. Um, Now you also get, so the tracks you get on here are Ataman Evil, Fear, Bible Black, Double the Pain, Rock and Roll Angel, The Turn of the Screw, Eating the Cannibals, Follow the Tears, Neverwhere, and Breaking into Heaven, which I love. That's a great closing track. Just so heavy. I love it. Personnel on this album is Dio, vocals, Iommi guitar, Butler bass, and Vinny Appice on drums, and then keyboards were by Mike Exeter, and then he also did the recording and the engineering, I guess, on it. And so yeah, so there you go. And then I guess it got to number one on the U.S. hard rock albums Billboard, and number three on the top rock albums, and number two on Tastemaker albums on Billboard. So and then so yeah, so I didn't see this tour. I didn't get to see it, but I did get to see the tour before this album, and just Heaven and Hell. Just want to show that off. September 16th, 2007. And then also it spawned this one. This is really cool. You can probably find this on YouTube. I'll put a link to YouTube, but or you can get this. But it's the Neon Nights DVD. Really good. And of course, this is one of Ronnie's last performances. I don't think it was his last one, but it might have been one. I don't know for sure, but it might have been one of his last ones. Does it say anything in there? No. But and then it's cool. It's got some interviews on here. And of course, this was also Ronnie's last recorded stuff that he did. And I doubt if there's any leftover things we'll hear from this, any sessions later or anything, because they did kind of like, once they were done recording, they didn't really, I don't know, go back to anything or keep anything. So yeah. So there you go. So I just thought I would bring it because it's the anniversary. Heaven and Hell, The Devil You Know. Cool album. Check it out. I'll put links to it. And like I said, I'll put a link to this, probably somewhere on YouTube here. I'll probably can find a link to that. And so there you go. So thanks for watching. Comment. Tell me what you think about the album. What you think about my thoughts on the album. And thanks for watching The Elder of Rock. And I will see you next time. The Elder of Rock.